from decaying towns to temples that have endured the test of time. The world is home to a wealth of fascinating ancient ruins. Many of these ancient societies were highly forward-thinking and a genius. Just look at the precise city planning on tremendous engineering marvels, some of which we still don't fully comprehend. While there is a lot we can learn from these prehistoric people, the part we don't know is arguably the most fascinating. Even the most inquisitive brains will be baffled by some of the most fascinating ancient ruins, which are full of thousands of years old mysteries. In this video, we are going to go through the top 10 ancient ruins in the world. Number 10. Karnak. The sheer enormity of the Karnak temple complex in Luxor, Egypt is stunning. It is littered with temples, centuries, obelisks, and shrines, and covers an area larger than most ancient towns. It took nearly 2,000 years to construct, and each Egyptian pharaoh left his or her mark on the structure. Discover a great hypostyle hall by walking down the Avenue of Sphinxes. One of ancient Egypt's most recognized and photographed features in this best room, packed with towering pylons and thick sandstone columns. Stop to observe the sacred lake and the surrounding granite scarab while you're here. It is stated that circling it 7 times will bring you good luck and love. Number 9. Borobudur. Borobudur in Indonesia is the world's biggest Buddhist temple, constructed from 2 million volcanic stone blocks. It dates back to the 9th century but fell into disuse until it was rediscovered by the British in the 1800s. It has been restored to its former beauty since then. It is especially popular during sunrise. Borobudur is made up of 6 square platforms with 3 circular levels on top from the base of the pyramid. A road of enlightenment rises up through the 3 levels of Buddhist cosmology. The base level is the world of desire. The world of forms is above. Then comes the world of formlessness, the highest level of enlightenment. As visitors progress and reach the top level, the gate to the world of formlessness awaits. Number 8. Teotihuacan. Teotihuacan is a notable Aztec archaeological site located on the outskirts of modern-day Mexico City. However, it was not built by the Aztecs. Despite numerous possibilities, no one knows for sure who did it. When the Aztecs came to the abandoned city, they gave it a name and made it their own. It was once the greatest metropolis in the Western Hemisphere, with a multitude of residential compounds and pyramids, some of which were larger than Giza pyramids. The Temple of the Sun and the Temple of the Moon, 2 renowned pyramids, are the main attractions today. Visit the Citadel and the Temple of the Feathered Serpent while strolling through the Avenue of the Dead. The Avenue of the Dead was the main street. It ran for more than 2.5 kilometers, beginning at the Moon Plaza to the north and extending beyond the Ciudadela and the great compound complexes to the south. Number 7. Moai Statues. The Moai Statues on Easter Island, Polynesia, are iconic, with the tallest over 10 meters and some weighing over 80 tons. Even if you haven't heard of them, you'll undoubtedly know them from a photograph. The Rapa Nui people carved these 800-plus figures from volcanic ash between 400 and 1500 AD, most of which face away from the sea. Each of these massive monolithic statues would have taken close to a year to complete, most likely with basic facade stone picks. Many hypotheses exist as to why they were built, including honoring notable clan ancestors in the thought that it would improve the land. In 2016, archaeologist Carl Lipo told Ars Technica that there's no evidence any grander population once lived on Easter Island at all. According to Lipo, the population remained around 3,000 until the arrival of Europeans, when it eventually dwindled to just 110. Number 6. Colosseum. The Colosseum was an old gladiator arena and is one of the most famous Rome monuments. The 50,000-seater amphitheater, which was completed in 80 AD, was used to stage a variety of events, animal battles, and bloodthirsty gladiator games in which contestants would fight to the death among them. Even by today's standards, the Colosseum's architecture is remarkable. 3 tiers of archways top the exterior walls, which are capped with Ionic, Doric, and Corinthian columns. They were once embellished with travertine and marble statuary. The other level used to be home to a massive canopy that shielded spectators from the elements. Number 5. Great Wall of China. The Great Wall of China is the world's longest man-made structure, stretching over 15 Chinese provinces, principalities, and autonomous areas. It is made up of a number of distinct sections of walls and moats that were built as a defense against invaders. During the duration of 6 Chinese dynasties, some sections of the wall had fallen into despair despite the fact that it is nearly 2,000 years old. Walking the full length of the Great Wall of China would take around 18 months for anybody who wanted to try. Number 4. Petra. Petra, the Rose City, is ancient desert town fashioned out of pink sandstone cliffs thousands of years ago by nomads. It's hard to believe the city was once filled with gardens, popular buildings, and lively markets. It's located in Jordan, which is between the Red Sea and the Dead Sea. Instead, a walk through the ruins of Petra, or a camel or donkey ride within the city walls, will uncover abandoned caves, temples, and tombs concealed within the city walls. One of the most stunning landmarks in the old city is the 2-story treasury cut into the rock face. The front alone is worth seeing, but the interior with its Indiana Jones royalton is also worth seeing. Approximately 95% of Petra's old city remains unexplored to this day. Number 3. Machu Picchu. Machu Picchu is one of the most famous cities of the ancient Inca Empire, is a significant check off the travel bucket list. This medieval fortification is tucked away in Peru's mountains. It was so securely disguised that when Spanish invaders arrived in the 1500s, they never located it. They were accidentally discovered in 1911 by an explorer named Bingham. He was actually looking for Vilcabamba, another city. It's estimated at 60% of the structure was built underground primarily for defense and drainage, making it a marvelous superior engineering. These ruins are only accessible by foot or train nowadays. Don't miss the Machu Picchu Museum for a behind-the-scenes peek at the Inca Empire. Number 2. Angkor. Angkor is derived from the Sanskrit word Nagara, which means city. It was a bustling historical metropolis that served as the capital of the Khmer Empire between the 9th and 15th centuries. Angkor is most known today for the Hindu Angkor Wat Temple, which claims to be the world's largest holy site. It's well known for being visited around daybreak when the light over the temples is truly breathtaking. Aside from Angkor Wat, the Angkor Archaeological Park contains a plethora of other remarkable sites throughout the woodland, rice fields, and farmland. There are over 1,000 temples. The mystical jungle-covered Ta Prohm Temple, with its early library and well-preserved carvings in the 12th century, Bayu Temple, which marks the historical Angkor Thom, are both highlights. Number 1. Giza. The pyramids of Giza in Cairo are one of the most mystifying ancient structures on the planet. There's a lot of discussions about how these massive tombs for ancient Egypt pharaohs in the 4th dynasty were created. There are another amazing accomplishments of ancient Egyptian engineering with such meticulous in Florence details. Many people believe they were constructed by angels or perhaps aliens. All 3 big pyramids can be visited for a fee. They were intended as burial chambers and were littered with treasure for the pharaoh to use in the afterlife, which attracted a lot of tomb robbers throughout time. The Great Sphinx of Giza, commonly referred to as the Sphinx, is a limestone statue of a reclining sphinx, a mythical creature with the head of a man and the body of a lion. The Sphinx was not assembled piece by piece, but was carved from a single mass of limestone exposed when workers dug a horseshoe-shaped quarry in the Giza Plateau. Approximately 6 to 6 feet tall and 240 feet long, it is one of the largest and oldest monolithic statues in the world. The Great Pyramid of Giza is the oldest and largest of the pyramids in the Giza Pyramid Complex. It is the oldest of the 7 wonders of the ancient world and the only one to remain largely intact. It should be on everyone's bucket list to visit so they can experience how amazing this structure is and to think, how did they build this all them years ago? What did you think of this video? Please let us know in the comment section below if you have any videos you would like to see. If you could hit that subscribe button and join the Is It Really Top 10 family, that would be fantastic.